Diepsloot here in Gauteng, where the Police Minister Bheki Cele and the National Police Commissioner Fannie Masemola are on the ground. Diepsloot residents are very angry. They've been protesting and threatening to shut down the area. They say criminals there have free rein and police are not doing anything to help them. Now, for the latest, Aviwe Mtila is standing by. Aviwe, what is happening now?
So there's a meeting currently happening behind the closed doors, Brad Dan. We're seeing a number of officials from government here, from the Police Minister Bheki Cele to the incoming Police Commissioner Fannie Masemola. He is flanked by the Community Safety MEC Faith Mazibuko, as well as the Premier of Gauteng, David Makura. That will tell you the importance of the situation that the residents of Diepsloot are actually facing here. But there seems to be some sort of not seeing eye to eye between the community leaders here. I actually want to bring in Andrew, because there seems to be some sort of commotion that we're not understanding. Andrew, maybe keep us up to date to what's going on.
All right, for now we have a problem. The ANC want to politicize this thing. Now they came here, all of them, since from yesterday. They were not here. They came today wearing their own regalia. This thing is not a politicizing. It's a community thing. We are coming from our own different political parties. We didn't wear this thing because we knew it today. We are here for the community. Our community is suffering. They're experiencing a lot of things during the night. So the ANC now, they are forced to get inside wearing their own t-shirt. So I don't know if they want us to wear our own t-shirt or what they want. Now we have a problem because they want to brief minister. The people who are affected are these communities, not ANC members. From yesterday, they were not even here. Even today in the morning, they were not even here. We were alone leading this community. Now they came wearing their own t-shirt. They want to brief minister. What are they going to brief minister? They are fearing itself.
Who are these people? Is it the councillor or who is it exactly? And what's going to happen then going forward?
The entire structures of the ANC, they're here. Now they're fighting each other to get inside to brief the minister. That's why there is this motion. So we don't want that. We want the community to speak their own language as a community, not politics. If we want to put politics, we'll go and wear our own t-shirt from our own political party. But we don't want to do that because now we're leading the community, not political parties.
Okay, then what's going to happen going forward from this?
Now we're taking this community because this community is being mobilized by us. We're going to the park. If the minister wants to talk to us, he will follow us at the Sarafina Park, where we're going to engage the minister, all of us, not individual of the NC, because they're undermining us using their own politics.
Okay, politics coming into play, Brad Dan. As you heard there, that it seems like the ANC councillor as well as the ANC membership actually want to come closer to actually see this delegation. And there's the councillor over there, Aviwe Mtila, the gentleman that I spoke to over there, actually wearing that regalia of the ANC. I'm going to try calling him, see if I can have a word with him. There's some sort of commotion even happening here, still this current moment. Actually, I'm going to call him. You're being told that you're hijacking this, which was the people's movement dealing with the issue of the crime here.
We started this thing long time ago. From last week, we have been here with the police, holding several meetings. For the past 2 days, we tried to have some other meetings with the police as leadership of this community. It's the community leadership that met yesterday at Diepsloot Youth Center. We were almost over 100 when we met yesterday at Diepsloot Center, and we agree that we are going to embark on a total shutdown. Therefore, we must go out and mobilize members of the community.
But we haven't seen you in that process of mobilizing. We haven't seen you throughout the morning. We're only seeing you at the Diepsloot police station. Why aren't you allowing the other leaders that have been there mobilizing people to join in the meeting with the minister?
Your statement is very wrong and incorrect.
I've been here since the morning. We haven't seen you.
We have been here since last night. We were protesting. Early in the morning you came here. You never went to that side of Extension 7 and Extension 9. We were busy breaking down the Nigerian gold shops there. You were not even going there. You were not even there. You come here and come here. So you cannot tell us that.
You were actually inside Diepsloot, going in the streets, in and out of Diepsloot, where you weren't visible today. That we haven't seen you in the morning. We haven't seen you today.
You don't sleep here in Diepsloot, you yourself. We who are staying here.
Why aren't you letting the other leaders join you in the meeting?
Since from last week, I mean since from last night, we were here protesting last night.
Okay, that's the councillor of Diepsloot here, remaining resolute that he was here since last night in the protest, but the reality is we haven't seen him this morning as we've been, and I'm sure you, the viewer, have been watching at home how we've been snaking through Diepsloot with some of these community leaders and how the councillor hasn't been here. We only spoke to him literally about an hour ago. We haven't been here, yes, last night, admittedly, where we heard that Diepsloot was actually in flames because these community members that you see here, Bradan, say that they've had enough. They've told us of the gruesome murders that actually happen here and just the nature that it happens in, something sort of that seems like some sort of horror movie. I actually want to go into the crowd now and see if we can actually address some of these crowds as we move in here with my colleague Omesh. You can see the numbers here, Bradan. It's hundreds of community members that have actually come out here. Even further down there, they've come out talking to this issue of the murders that have been ongoing here in the streets of Diepsloot. But we hear, of course, as those political ramblings going on, that what will happen now is that the suggestion that some of this crowd will move to a nearby park where, in fact, they'll then expect the Minister Bheki Cele to come and address them. As you see, they come in and moving forward once more closer to the entrance of the Diepsloot police station as they converge once more. I'm assuming that one of the political leaders is actually addressing them as their biggest concern is these murders that seem to be something that come out of a horror movie. We're hearing how these criminal syndicates go into these houses, Bradan, house to house, almost some sort of door-to-door murder campaign where they go in, they murder people, sledgehammers and all, move into the next house. The casualties that have been faced are 14 in terms of the casualties that are in hospital from last weekend, but the death toll is 7 just from this weekend alone. As we heard that it's been quite problematic since December. I'm going to try to talk to some of them and see actually what's going on here. But you can see, Bradan, just the seriousness of this in terms of the delegation that's been sent here from the Police Minister, the Police Commissioner, the Community Safety MEC, as well as the Premier, David Makura, in those meetings that are currently happening now. And we hear that the councillor now, together with some of the ANC delegation, is joining in.
So we're going to have to wait and see whether or not that crowd of residents are going to make it to the ground because of this dispute now about who is the legitimate representative of the community, Aviwe.
Well, he is. He's actually been in the streets, snaking in and around from the early morning. One of the first people that have been here in terms of mobilizing the crowd that you see here now in their hundreds. We've been with them together ourselves, my colleague Teddy Mnyembana and I, as you'd see the aftermath of what was termed Diepsloot being on fire over the night. It was quite visible on the ground there, that aftermath. Rocks littered everywhere. You'd see just the burnt material everywhere. And I'm seeing some of the officials actually. I'm going to see if I can get some of them in to tell us, maybe give us insight of what's happening inside. Now, I don't think we'll get a comment at this stage, but of course, you can see the convoy of cars there from the minister's cars, the police commissioner's cars, MEC Faith Mazibuko also inside, and the Premier David Makura quite inside as well. As those discussions are happening, they started just before 2 o'clock. It's almost been an hour now that they've been locked inside those closed discussions, and we expect them as they come out there, Bradan, to then give the community a word of what's going to happen going forward, maybe have the firmer measures, even in the state of the Diepsloot police station, because there's been a call from the community members for a complete overhaul of this police station. They're saying that they're ineffective and quite brazenly useless, the police station in itself, as we see one of the police officers coming out there. So we're expecting some firm measures in terms of what's going to happen, as we've heard that at least dozens pass away every weekend here from December, where it's been quite heightened. So expecting those firmer measures, and then thereafter the media, we are told, will be addressed in by the police minister, expecting to be flanked by that delegation that's inside those meetings.
Okay, we'll get back to you shortly. Thank you very much, Aviwe Mtila, for the latest. Hopefully the representatives of the community will become united ahead of that briefing. And that's Aviwe Mtila on the ground there outside the Diepsloot police station, which the local residents say is useless, it's not protecting them, while criminals go around killing people. 7 people dead just this past weekend. We'll have to wait and see and hear what the authorities are going to be telling the people there, what they're going to do about that.